Alright, what's up everyone? So today I'm going to make a video on this game that I'm currently working on. This game was actually public a few months ago for maybe like a week or two. And I had like the spawn system up here to spawn like the cars that you go into. It was really basic and like utterly downright broken. I've improved it now. It still has like bugs and stuff, but it works just flawlessly compared to what it was before, though. Um, and so I've gotten that figured out. Like, when you spawn the car and everything, it gives you, like, before I just had that green dot and you had to kind of look around and find it. Now I just got this to where it'll point you to the car that you're going to tow, and you can see that that one's actually right there. And then once you get close to it, I was trying to do like the auto hide for this, but um, yeah, I'll just have to come back to that another day. Like, I was trying to do the whole distance scripting and everything, and I don't know. I can't say what, you know. You'll work on something one day and you can't figure it out, and then the other day you're gonna wake up and it's just bada bing, bada boom. Just nothing to it. So yeah. But anyways, enough on all of that. So in the top right here, you can see that I've got cash in this game. And so this cash actually gets you things in this so far. So what I've got the cache linked to giving you currently is the two remote tools. So the winch is on the rollback and the wrecker. Now these aren't the proper photos here, but let me spawn the flatbed for you. So here's the starter truck. So this is going to be what you have to start with. Just a basic flatbed. And let's see, I don't own the remotes. So if you come up to this box, the winch remote. So I have the winches on remote for both of these trucks. But if you come up to here, I don't own the remote yet. So if I try to get it, obviously I had it, so it, did the whole remove thing. But now it tells me I need to go and purchase it from the store. So let's open up the store, and currently at 34,000. So now let's buy the remote tool. So you'll buy it, it takes the money, and now I own it. And then we come back up here and it'll give it to you. So simple as that. And then say when you buy the wrecker and you don't use this at all whatsoever, you can simply click here again and it'll sell it. It'll give your money back. You don't own this anymore. You can see you have to purchase it. So anyways, but there's that, and then here's the wrecker one. It's just $1,000 more. There's two winches on that one versus the one for the flatbed. Um, and so here's where the money comes into play. Um, so here's the starter flatbed. So this flatbed is basic. It just has the bed. The wheel lift back here doesn't actually function. So this is what you're working with on this one. I mean, just literally, there's your functionality, and then you have the winch, obviously. Um, that's the starter truck that you get. Um, and so let's delete this. So let me show you the wheel lift version of it. So I've just simply took the wheel lift off the wrecker and put on here. And what this is gonna be is, I think, somewhere between like $5,000 or $10,000 cash in the game here. You can upgrade the flatbed to have the wheel lift. So, say you get started playing and you're wanting, a better truck, or well, not necessarily a better truck. This doesn't really make it much better. But say you just want that wheel lift that you can come back here and just shoot out right quick and hook to the car. Um, because, like I said, this is what the wrecker has. So this is what you're able to do with this wheel lift. You can sit here and you can shoot this out right quick, and you can grab your wheels, lift it up, and then you can attach it, stuff like that. This is a lot faster than trying to load it on the bed. In most cases, I mean, sometimes it's pretty much the same amount of time for the two. Um, but with this setup, you can tow two vehicles. Just the main thing about it. Um, but yeah, and as far as towing two vehicles, like currently I have it where you can only spawn one tow and recovery, but I have ideas. The cash in this game is gonna do a lot more than just buy like tools for the truck and the trucks itself or upgrades for the trucks. I'm gonna have like tow yards in here that you can walk up to and purchase for a set amount of money. And I'm thinking the tow yards are gonna open up like more opportunities. Like, so this up here, this is for like wrecks or just simple towaways. But the like what the yard would have maybe would be like repos or haul this car from here to there for this amount of money, stuff like that. Um, and I would probably have it pay more than this does. This pays anywhere from 175 to 450 per car, but it's completely random. So it's not like you get this for this type stuff. It's completely random. So like that car right there, I could get 175 bucks for it, towing it to the sell point or whatever, or I can get 450. It it depends. You don't really know. Um, but no, there's the flatbed. So the wheel lift will be an upgrade for money. Main thing to mention there. So now let's take a look at something. This is so I have the wrecker. I own it currently. Everything that you'll be able to purchase, you will be able to sell back for the same amount of money. I may make it where it might take 5%, just sort of to add a game mechanic to it, if that makes sense. Like, so you can't just buy something and then sell it right back. Just, I don't know. It just adds like a level of thinking. Like, okay, if I buy this and it turns out I don't need it, well, you're losing 5% of your money. You know, it adds some interesting thoughts like that. Um, and mind you, a quick mention, like everything saves, like all this data and stuff. That's what I've been messing around with, is saving data. Like buying these tools, as soon as you buy it or sell it, that saves. Like if I go out of the game right now, um, you know, if I bought this and then re-entered the game, I would still own it. And for example, actually right here, I have this button where it gives you 10K. Um, I have already claimed it, and you can see it just tells me that I've already claimed it. It already gave me my 10K, and I just have it where it's like a one time thing, if that makes sense. So that's saved on my player as I've already claimed it, and it won't let me get another 10K. But but messing with saving and stuff like that, it's gonna sort of open me up to some different things. Hopefully, I did figure out how to like, place a brick with the mouse and then save its position and load it later. I did figure that out, so maybe someday down the line, if I make this game and then it's got tow yards that you can buy, maybe I could have it like a plot system where you can place furniture, maybe. Um, because like the whole block thing, that's like a start of saving like a plot. Like the block could be a chair that you placed in that position and you want it there, and you click the save button, it saves, you come back in the game later and it's you can load it where you put it yourself. things like that. But so here's the wrecker. Let me just show you guys. So I just sold it, so you can see this is $25,000. So the way I have the game currently set up, 25 grand is sort of something you'll have to work up to. Which I know a lot of people aren't gonna like that, but I'll have some ways that you can sort of double your profits if that makes sense. Really easily, or I'm gonna add other ways to make money is the simple way to put it. Because 25K, the way I have the game currently set up, you would have to tow anywhere between like 80 to 125 cars, depending on like the random pay and stuff. Like, there's no telling how much you get. And 80 to 125 cars in this game, that's like you having to go in some simulator game and grind and sit there and play for hours on end. Um, I'm going to make it where you don't have to do that because obviously I keep players in mind. I don't sit there and um, just put a game together and not think about things like that. Which that's kind of the reason why Tosim that me and Greedy made has stayed the same. It works. It doesn't really have any objectives, but if we added objectives, you'd have to think all that stuff out, and simply the past year hasn't been the greatest for us, so we weren't really worried about sitting here trying to develop um things like that on Roblox. But I'm back in a position where I can mess with Roblox again, and I've been messing with it for past couple weeks, and I've made some decent progress, I would say. So, let's go ahead and yank this car up out of here. So I'm gonna. Okay, though, that worked out. Hang on, let me respawn this. Sometimes these trucks will do that, and I just respawn them. Usually you can respawn and it'll quit doing that. So I'm gonna buy the wrecker. Or well, that's still screwed up. But anyways, let's let's use one winch and pull that up out of there. Let's see, let me put that other winch back up. I'm gonna drop the wheel lift for a little bit of stabilization. Grab our cable, and it's swinging, so this car may jump a little. Wasn't too bad. And then now we're just gonna pull her on up out of there. Easy peasy. Alrighty, the beauty of a wrecker. Like I said, 25K is what it takes to buy this thing in the game. So definitely, like I said, something that currently the way the game is set up would take you a while. So I mean, I'm going to keep the player base in mind because I know people aren't going to want to sit there and, have to grind on a game like this. Like, I don't know, it's a tow truck game. It should be very, very, very minimal need to get much of anything, if that makes sense. Which I don't know, some people may not agree with that. Some people may want it, um, the way that I'm talking about. That's how it always is. Somebody wants it, and then other people don't. You know, it's always an ongoing type of thing like that. Let me just pull this thing straighter a little bit here. There we go. Okay. Actually, what I can do is push those out. I can squeeze it together. There we go. Now it's in the rare one. We'll attach this. Boom. This is now just sort of gameplay because I'm not really wanting to explain all of this. Now, for the ones who are wondering, like, this control stuff, I am gonna simplify it because, especially like the wheel lift there's 6 or more functions or whatever. There's a lot of functions to that thing. Um, I'm going to simplify it for people that, um, don't really, understand things like that. I'm gonna make it like noob friendly, if that makes sense, like to where anyone could come in here and they understand how to use it. Um, Simple as that. What I am gonna do, instead of you having to come right here and get this and simply click the wheel, that'll be automatic. So like on our GUI to control everything, there'll just be a simple keybind. You press it and it'll weld it on there. So I'm gonna do that just for the sake of players that may not understand things like this. But so up in the top right we got 31,000, almost 32,000. So you can see we got just about the minimum. Like we definitely got that 175 type junk. Um, or well, maybe like right at 200. I think we got 206. So, not the lowest, but um, not the highest either. But so imagine, with the way that this truck is priced, $25,000, it would take you a while. And I have it where you start with 1,000, but that's only 1,000. So I'm gonna have to, like I said, find other ways to make it where people could earn money, because just doing tows like that, I think people will get bored of it because like I said, they'll have to haul hundreds in order to get this truck. Now, another thing is I could actually make like another version of this thing. Maybe this could be the same thing with the starting rollback. Um, Maybe I could make like a junk version of this and it be like $9,000, $10,000, most likely. And actually I could do that. You know what? That's what we're gonna do. So I just made the decision, and you guys will, understand this before it's even made. Sometimes people actually have trucks like this IRL that don't have the recovery boom. Bada beam, bada boom. Perfect. So I'll take the recovery boom off and simply put a winch right here. That's what usually those people do. They'll have a winch mounted here and like a place for it to come out at right here. And they just have the wheel lift. So, you know what? That's what we're gonna do. So you guys heard it here first. There will be the $25,000 version of the truck, and then I think I'm gonna make that version of it 10,000. I think that would make sense. Um, and so you could buy that, and it'd definitely be better for recovery, compared to the flatbed. But anyways, so that's that. But this recording's already 19 minutes long, so I guess I'm gonna end it here. Hopefully you got something out of this video. But most likely people are gonna skip through and won't have a clue. So, oh well, it happens. But this game, for anyone that's gonna ask in the comments, yes, this is eventually going to be public. I'm going to develop it to a point where it's playable and has a decent amount of content, though. So it could be January before you see this, or it may be December. you never know. I'm gonna keep adding to it. The past couple of days, I took this from literally being like an absolute, just sort of, I don't know, Tosim. It was kind of like Tosim actually, and then put all these systems in. So it's turning into something where there's an actual objective. So like you start with this truck and you have the objective of upgrading to the wrecker. And you have the objective of buying the remotes and stuff like that. There's an actual something to achieve. Whereas Tosim currently doesn't have it, but after making this stuff, for anyone that plays Tosim, there will be um, there'll be some updates to it coming up pretty soon. I need to fix that. Anyways, there'll be some updates coming to for it soon as well. That kind of has to deal with this data store stuff. I'm probably going to do a yard update in Tosim where you can choose between three different yards that are pre-made, by the way. But simply, I'll have it where when you spawn in, it'll give you this GUI, and you can pick between the three. Just something to maybe, I don't know, you can have a different yard than this person type of stuff. I'm definitely gonna do that because I'd like Tosim to sort of revive itself as well. Um, because this game here, I'm gonna focus on a single player aspect. Not really gonna focus on a multiplayer, if that makes sense. So, yeah. Anyways, I've rambled on for another 2 minutes, so I will see you guys next time whenever I make another video. Um, so yeah, Blue Crayon is headed to bed.